Hello, it is Wednesday in Holy Week. I hope that you are well and are staying home and finding ways to observe this sacred time and just overall doing well. Before I start my reflection today, I wanted to take a moment to remind you of our mite boxes that we've been using for the season of Lent to collect change for Episcopal relief and development. With so much happening, I know it's easy to lose track. Throughout the season of Lent, we've been using the hope chests provided by Episcopal Relief and Development to collect change, to make a donation, and support their work. They are the humanitarian branch of the Episcopal Church. They have networks around the globe and support various initiatives. They do really amazing work. They've already started coordinating a response to COVID-19, so we are so grateful to be a part of their work in healing a hurting world. When we gather again, we'll collect the change and make sure that it gets to Episcopal Relief and Development, but you don't have to wait until we get together again. If you feel so called, you can make a donation either by going to the link provided in the Emmanuel email for today. You can also go to their website, episcopalrelief.org, and you can also find them on social media. They are continuing the work that they were already doing, the really good work, and doing their best to support the world in this time. So I just commend them to you, and it's worth taking the time to learn a little more. And don't forget to save your hope chest. Today I would like to share a reflection on the epistle from the book of Hebrews. So I will read it now. It is Hebrews 12, verses 1 through 3. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight, and the sin that clings so closely, and let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith, who for the sake of the joy that was set before him endured the cross, disregarding its shame, and has taken his seat at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such hostility against himself from sinners, so that you may not grow weary or lose heart. So this passage, like I said, it's the epistle. And I think probably in an ordinary Holy Week, I would read through the readings and land squarely on the gospel reading because it seems like the most important thing. But today, as I was reading through everything, that passage really caught my attention. I think in this time, the phrase, "do not grow weary or lose heart," is something to hold on to. And I think about the image of a race, of the race that we are set out to run, our faith. But when I think of a race, I think often of a race that I participated in. So I was able to go to Disney World and do the Princess Half Marathon a few years back. And I trained the best I could, but I was just really not sure how to, and I was nervous. I got to the day of the race, I started the race, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And at Disney, you have to keep a certain pace, or you have to leave. You don't get to finish. So I was moving, and I was doing what I could, and I started to fall back, and I knew the end was kind of close, and I got to mile 10. And I actually have a photo of the mile marker. I took a picture of it, because I thought at mile 10 that I was done. I was like, I'm not going to make it. I called my boyfriend at the time, my now husband, and said, I can't do it. I'm not going to finish. And I was just close to tears as I'd put so much into it. And he's like, just try, just keep going. And I did, and I kept going, and there were so many people around that were offering encouragement. You can do it. Just one more step. You got it. And okay, well, I'll try. I'll just go. And I kept walking, and I was at the end with the timekeepers, just a few steps ahead of them, and they said, it's okay, all you have to do is stay a few steps ahead of us. You can do this, we're almost there. And I kept going, and I kept going, and then I saw the finish line, and I could not believe it. I crossed it, and I got my medal, and some pixie dust glitter sprinkled all over me, and I celebrated. I could not believe it. I thought I was done at mile 10. I thought my strength was gone, and there was just no way. But I kept going, past what I thought was my limit. And as I think about this passage from Hebrews, we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. It might feel like we're alone right now, without community, without some of our family, especially for those that have had to quarantine or isolate themselves due to this virus. It can get lonely, but we are never alone. Besides the fact that Jesus is walking with us, we have a great cloud of witnesses, the saints that have gone before us, the holy sovereigns, Damien of Molokai, our local saints. We have the people who have been saints in our lives, our ancestors, so many people just surrounding us with love and prayer. It's pretty amazing to know that even if we're alone, we're not alone. And I think about the phrase, do not lose heart. Tomorrow is the beginning of the Triduum, the 3 holiest days of the year, and we are home. And that's a challenge. But we can't lose heart, because we have strength that's beyond ourselves. This passage reminds us that Jesus suffered for us. He walked this lonely road for us so that we wouldn't have to be alone. It's something to hold on to right now as we move closer and take one more step, go a little further, past our limit, what we think we can do, and surprise ourselves. God is with us. God sent his only Son for us. That as we look to Maundy Thursday and Good Friday and Easter Vigil, that's the race that we have to press on towards. That's the reason to keep going. As we observe this holy time, we can remember we don't have to do it on our own. There is strength beyond us. There is strength in our Creator, in the Spirit that is moving. There is strength in the people who love us, both in this world and beyond. And it's okay to feel what you feel. Just know that you're not alone. I'm praying for you as we observe this season, as we face the unexpected and push past our limits, and as we celebrate victories, big victories and small ones. Aloha.